Imagine your brain as a sprawling library with endless rows of bookshelves filled with words, phrases, and concepts. As you learn a new language, you need to find a way to place each word in the right shelf, in a spot that you can easily identify it again. But with thousands of words to remember, how do you keep track of it all? That is where the power of association comes in. In this video, I'm going to show you how connecting new words to things that you already know can make language learning more intuitive, engaging, and fun. Let's get started on this journey of building your own mental library of language. Hello there. If this is your first time, I'm Isaac, and this is English Fluency Stars. To grasp the full value of this video, I recommend you watch to the end. And if you stick with me to the end, I have an interesting story from this notebook I want to share with you. So you know what? Stay with me to the end. You see, association is a powerful language strategy that enables you to capture, understand, and retain new information from your target language. It is about connecting new inputs and information, right, from your target language to information and knowledge you already have. When you start to learn a new language, you don't approach the language as a new slate, right? That means you don't approach the language without having already existing information or knowledge. Of course, you approach it with some prior information. Now, this information or inputs could be information or knowledge from your native language. It could also be information from another or different language altogether, right? So your connection of new information from your target language with your already existing, this prior information is what association is all about. Okay? Now, one thing you should know about association is that it is all about what makes sense to you, right? The association that you are making, right, from your native language with your existing knowledge, if it makes sense to you, that is what matters the most. It doesn't necessarily have to make sense to somebody else. For instance, way back when I was learning Turkish language, I came across the word kitab. Kitab means book. To retain and remember this word, I asked myself, how do I do that? Right? I made a connection between the word kitab and key and a tap. You know, key for unlocking the door and a tap like water tap, right? So I put it together, kitab. And from the sound, I was able to make the connection between kitab, which is book in Turkish, and key and a tap, right? Now, this connection enabled me to what? To memorize the word and remember it, and I was able to use it in my daily conversations. So this is a typical example of an association that you can use in your language learning journey. Another example is when I was learning Arabic language and I came across the word bait. See, bait means house. So to make that association, I asked myself, what can I really connect this word bait to that will help me to remember and retain this word? And all of a sudden, bait came to my mind. See, bait on a mouse trap. See, the bait that you put on a trap to capture a mouse, right? That is what came to my mind. So I envision or I imagine a bait on a mouse trap in a house. You see, that picture of a bait on a mouse trap in a house enabled me to make the connection with the bait, which means house in what? In Arabic. This did not only allow me to memorize the word, but also enabled me to retain the word and remember it when I'm speaking Arabic. When you look at these two examples, they might not make sense to you, but that is okay. As long as it makes sense to me, it worked for me, that is what matters. So in the course of you using association to, help you improve your language, it's all about what makes sense to you. It's all about association that is meaningful to you. As long as it worked for you, that is what matters the most. So, as you go through your language learning journey, you can create your own associations to help you capture, retain, and remember new words. Now, your associations could be sound association or image association, just like my own, or it could be a location association whereby you connect a phrase, an expression, or even a word to a certain location that you know. Now, all of these are ways for you to create meaningful associations that will enable you to not only remember words, but also, retain them. So whenever you want to apply association, the question you have to ask yourself is, what information or prior knowledge do I have that I can connect this new information from my target language with, right? When you ask yourself this question, your mind will go to where to fetch some information, right? Already existing information. And with this data, you were able to connect your new input to that prior information that you have. At this juncture, the question I want to ask you is, what comes to mind when you hear the word Apple? Most probably, Apple as a company and its products come to your mind. If you're a science nerd, probably Isaac Newton sitting under the apple tree with an apple falling comes to mind. You see, the point I'm trying to make here is that it doesn't matter what sound or image or location comes to your mind when you're trying to make a connection between the new input from your target language with your already existing information. As long as the sound, the image, or the location enables you to capture, retain, and remember these new words, that is what matters. The point is, any word, phrase, or expression can be associated with something that you already know. So go ahead and make your connection. Go ahead and make your association. So this is how you can apply association as a strategy to not only memorize new words, but also retain and recall them. As we've seen, the strategy of association can turn the overwhelming task of learning a new language into a simple, memorable connections. By linking new words with familiar concepts, you create mental shortcuts that can help you retain and recall information with ease. And always remember, there is no right or wrong way to form associations as long as they work for you. Whether it is a clever pun, a vivid image, or a unique story, these connections are your key to unlocking the doors of a new language. Ready to give it a try? Here is your challenge. Take a list of 10 new words you are learning from your target language and create your own associations for each one of them. Then share your favorite association in the comment section below. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. I promise you a story and it's time for me to deliver it. Mustafa had always wanted to learn French, but the words felt like a tangled web, impossible to remember. One day, he stumbled upon the French word chat, which meant cat, but it reminded him of online chat rooms. He pictured cats with tiny keyboards laughing at their own jokes. The silly image stuck with him, making the French word chat impossible to forget. Thank you for watching the video. If you found value in this one, I believe you will find value in this one too. So click it and watch it. But before you do, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. I will see you in the next.